All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to our Zoom this afternoon, our global update. Hope you're having a wonderful day. And we have a lot of great things to share with you. A lot of trips this time, more than usual. So we've got a lot of things. A lot of people are traveling right now. We have a lot of trips that are traveling in the next couple of months we want to remind you about. So hopefully things are great where you are. Please let me know in the comments area where you're zooming in from. Hey, John, good to see you, Jonathan. Yeah, let us know where you're zooming in from in the chat area. We'd like to say hello to you. Hopefully you are having a great day. Hi, Danielle. Good to see you. Okay, I had a little delay there. Have been having a little bit of internet issues, so just hang in there with me. Okay. Hello, Dr. Inez from Orlando. Good to see you. Flash from San Antonio, Texas. Hello, hello. Danielle, yes. Mario. Hi, Mario. Good to see you. We also have Julio from New Jersey. Mario, what are you thinking about Rome in August? What do you think about that? Go ahead and send me a message. Let me know what you're thinking. We were on a trip in Jamaica and we were talking about all things Italy. So we're very excited about that. Anyways, okay, let's see. John from Cleveland, Ohio. Tammy, hello from Alberta, Canada. From one Tammy to another. Marvette, hello from North Carolina. Erica, hi. Hey, Erica, how you doing? From Atlanta. We've got Queensland, Australia in the house. Renee, good to see you. Let's see. Deva from Florida, hello, good to see you. Clinton, hi, Clinton from New York City. Frank, also New York City. We've got Ireland in the house. Peter, good to see you. Gwendolyn from Georgia, Martin from Minnesota. Good to see you too. My son is actually in Europe right now on his senior trip. And right now, today, they left Amsterdam and headed for a location in Germany. And then tomorrow they head to Austria and they're going to do paragliding and all kinds of really cool stuff. And I'm thinking, I need one of those graduation trips because I never had anything like that when I graduated. No one celebrated me like that, but he's having a great time. Anyways, let's see here. We have many of you are joining us. So good to have you all. So let's go ahead and get started here. We are going to start our presentation. Let your teams know that we have started our Global Connect live, and we'll be about an hour. Typically, this call is about an hour long. And let's see here, make sure it works. Yes, it's going to give me some, no trouble. It's not going to give me any trouble. Global Connect. Today is June 13th. Welcome. This is where we connect you with all the new things, DreamTrips International. Also provide you great training. We have incredible trainers always on this with new training topics every single week. So let's first let you know of a quick update. If you're already part of the MDC Telegram page, let me encourage you to also join the DTI Updates Telegram page as well. The information is right here. Go ahead and scan the QR code, or you can just use the link down below on the right-hand side to link yourself in. We go ahead and share information about our different trips and products that we're offering, and just keep you plugged in. So we don't bombard you. Don't worry about that. So we'll be sure to give you time-sensitive information and pertinent information that has to do with DreamTrips International. Now, let's jump right into some of our featured dream trips. This one is our Prague, Czech Republic trip, July 26th through the 29th. This one has a very soon close date, booked by June 19th. So that is going to be this upcoming Wednesday. Lots of inclusions here. Travel dates are sneaking up upon us, but we have some time, especially if you live in Europe. If you have a team in Europe, by the way, you can always send this recording to them to listen to this information, because this is our US call. We have a call on Mondays for our European teams, or European markets, I should say. But you can, if you see something that would be of interest to a member you have out that way, you can certainly send them the recording. July 26th to 29th, 4 days, 3 nights. You'll get your welcome reception every day. You'll have breakfast, a full day walking tour to see all the things that are historic there in Prague. And then you'll have a farewell dinner. This is a quick trip, but a very thorough, fun trip. And of course, you can always add pre-nights, before the actual trip date starts, or you can add trips at the back end of these dates as well. our next location is going to be our Nashville, Tennessee, Beat the Heat. This has been very popular amongst our members, especially in the heat of the summer. This is always something nice that our members enjoy going to with our daily breakfast, admission to the Soundwaves Water Park. Also, your daily resort fees are taken care of, which allows you access to the golf links on-site practice range. You'll get a daily bucket of balls, shuttle service, much more things that are offered here. This is a really kind of like a staycation, I guess, something just to kind of get away from the monotony of your weekend life, kind of do something different, especially before the kids have to go back to school, or you can do this without kids. Who says you have to have kids to use the Soundwave Park? Price point of $489 per person. This one you have a little bit longer to make a decision, as the book by date is July 8th. Next, we're going to go over to China, 6 days, 5 nights, an incredible trip lined up for you. Again, end of August, with lots of inclusions here, daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's an all-inclusive show with all of the local cuisine there, full day tours, different parts of the area, multiple tours, I should say, and then also your round trip airport transfers. So one of the tours I'd like to call your attention to is, I'm not going to try to say it, but it is the third bullet down, and you're actually going to have an overnight stay in an yurt. I don't really know. I know what it is. I just don't know how to say it properly. But, you know, I love when we have these incredible excursions or experiences within a dream trip where we actually take you out of the normal element of the stay at the hotel, and you go and, you know, to a campsite and go spend the night in you know, under the stars or in a tent, or, you know, we often every so often do that on some of our trips, especially when they're these lengthier trips in far away destinations. So we like to try to give you all different kinds of experiences on these trips. Now, the next trip we have is Egypt. And sorry for the configuration of how my slides are laid out here, but I'll read it to you anyway. It's Cairo, Egypt, October 4th through the 7th. 4 days, 3 nights. What the inclusions are welcome reception, your daily breakfast, and a full tour of Cairo and the pyramids. Many, many different things that you're going to go ahead and see here and experience, to include some shopping. You're also going to have a dinner cruise on the Nile River with some entertainment, including your shared round trip airport transfers. So this one just so happens to have a back-to-back experience, meaning you can add on another dream trip to this dream trip, and you have a choice of 2, either the Jordan Spectacular Quartet, which is on DreamTrips.com, or the Kenyan Mystical Splendor. So you can do this trip alongside Jordan or Kenya. So the choice is yours. Again, you can just go on DreamTrips.com and check out the different options and how they kind of nestle themselves perfectly. So when you're going to that part of the world, we want to make it worth it for you. If some of you are like, I don't have time to go and figure out all the different things like I can pile onto a dream trip, I'd rather have it taken care of for me, built and ready to go. And that's exactly what we provide with these dream trips. Now, next trip is going to be in Malta, something a little different, September 14th through the 17th, 4 days, 3 nights. This one you can do back to back with our Saronic Gulf Greece trip, which is a catamaran trip where you have, depending on how many people book this trip, it's all of these sailboats that sail together through the sea, and you just island hop. Really, you island hop. You stop off for a day and go shopping somewhere, or go have lunch on an island. Other days you're out at sea and you're just, you kind of chain link all of the sailboats, and then in the middle everyone kind of jumps in with inner tubes and water toys, and get a bunch of friends to do this together, because this is a lot of fun. It's been a very popular trip for us time and time again. So you can back up that trip with this trip, because again, you're in that part of the world. So the inclusions here, your welcome reception, your farewell dinner, also your daily breakfast, and different tours with lunch included of all the different things listed there. And you'll be able to utilize the spa facilities at the resort. So lots of inclusions here. And I just want to tell you, I'm only talking about the highlights of the trips. There are other inclusions for all of these trips I'm talking about. It's just for sake of time and space and reading, like we can't list everything for every trip, especially in this kind of a format. So if there's anything that's intriguing to you, I encourage you to go to dreamtrips.com. You can read the full description and full, of everything that's included on these trips. Now let's go over to Hungary. This is an awesome trip that is always, we do this a couple times a year, but this one's closing soon. So book by the 16th. So that's actually this Sunday. We have a full load of members on this trip. I just so happen to know that specifically about this trip. But it's 3 days, 2 nights. We have our mix and mingle, our welcome candlelit buffet dinner, daily breakfast and dinner as well, utilization of the spa, and there's, a children's playground, a petting zoo. So if you have a family, this is perfect for you. And also the beautiful grounds right there with the beautiful garden at the property. Also included will be a farewell dinner, and you'll be able to do a wine tasting. There'll be a DJ available for entertainment, and unlimited wine and local drinks available on this trip. So again, you can always add pre and post nights. So more nights at the beginning or end or both to any of these trips. And then let's go ahead and go over to Czech Republic. And this is a medieval experience. So for those of you that like the thrill of medieval kind of things, a little bit, not haunted, not spooky, but just medieval. So here are the inclusions or the highlights, I should say, of this trip is you're going to get your welcome drink upon arrival, daily breakfast, 3-course welcome dinner with unlimited beer and wine, walking tour of the castle, and a tour of the hotel's brewery. And of course, you have to have a tasting of their beer as well. A nice moment, a nice little moment of sitting down, having some coffee and homemade cake right there at the hotel as well. And then you'll have your medieval themed banquet style farewell dinner with entertainment, the beer and the wine in their tavern. And it's just super fun. I love getting the pictures from this trip. One thing that's keeping me from this trip is the fact that they pull out a big old snake. And the big old snake is, if you want, you can have it around your neck. I don't even want to be in a room with a snake. So that's what's keeping me, but I do want to go to this trip. I might have to have it by myself, not with others, because, that might be boring for others. Just, lock the snake up. I'm coming to this trip. I don't need to see the snake. I'm good. We also have complimentary late night a late checkout at this hotel. So it's very nice that they're able to offer that to us. But you can also do this. This is another back-to-back experience. So you can go to Prague and then you can do this experience. So just make your decision by June 28th if this is a trip for you. Now, we also have another Czech experience, and this one is going to be, this is different days, August 11th through the 13th, 3 days, 2 nights. We'll have the mix and mingle daily breakfast, kind of similar along the same lines of the other one I mentioned, just different dates for those that are more interested in an August travel date versus a July. And then you can back-to-back this one with another Escape to Czech Resort. It's the one I just talked about. So we have different options, different opportunities, but book by July 4th. And that concludes it for me. So at this point, if you, again, for full descriptions, all information, you can go to dreamtrips.com to get all the data on all the different trips, plus many more trips we have listed online that I didn't even talk about. So just want to make sure you know how that works. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our CEO of DreamTrips International to go ahead and talk to you a little bit more about some more information that's important to your business and your travel. All right, go ahead and take it away, Mark.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Tammy. And as you guys can probably see, and Tammy, you can spotlight me or whatever you have to do. So I see myself on the screen, know that I'm there. But I'm excited just for everybody right now in this transition to our alliance with MDC. We're going to make a great announcement today of just a new enhanced feature to being a DreamTrips member. There's some pretty amazing stuff here. But yes, Martin, Martin Ruoff's on here. I know his life revolves around golf, man. I mean, look at this, man. What else do I got to do, Martin? I mean, it's right there. You can just swim right across. I'm not a golfer, but I'll drive the cart. So guys, Tammy and I are at our house here in Hawaii. We're working from here for the next couple of months. So Yeah, it is still actually work. One of the sacrifices. I know everybody wants to know as long as we're working hard, right? But you have to really get up at like 4 a.m. in Hawaii. Tammy's first call, I think, was 4:30 a.m. this morning. So the sacrifice is wake up super early, and right now it's only noon. So after this call, you say 1 o'clock in the afternoon, your day is different. So you start early, and you get like an entire day. So like we get to work a full day and actually get a full day in Hawaii. It's pretty amazing. Anyways, I don't mean to rub it in too much, but I will tell you, I'm going to give a shameless plug. Everyone from around the world here today watching this, I want you to do a dream trip in Hawaii because I would love to be here and be on that dream trip because a dream trip with Mark and Tammy in Hawaii is definitely different than being a tourist. Okay, we're going to take you to all the cool spots. We're going to hike those mountains behind us. We're going to have a blast. So someday we're going to get a dream trip going here. I know a couple of you have been here already. Actually, some of you have been to our house and we've had an awesome time. So perfectly fitting for dream trips, right? But what I want to do is first, I want to mention a couple of things about the trips. I mean, look at the trips, Tammy. These are new trips. Some of them are reminders, but we've added additional trips so you can go back to back. But we just, and I know there's a lot of you that have had experience in this in travel. We just launched just our weekly trips more than 99.9999% of all travel clubs and network marketing have in a year. And I am not exaggerating. That's what we launched this week. Most of the travel deals out there, they have trip a year. Yeah, they say they have dream trips, and it's kind of cool how they say they're called dream trips. It's so awesome, right? When people try to when our competitors try to say, "Oh, we have dream trips," like, well, what's a dream trip? Well, we have like, what a dream trip. We have dream trips. Like, no, we are Dream Trips. The name of the company is Dream. The product's called Dream Trips, right? And so somehow they have dream trips. Just think about that. We're a product category. Like, do you want a cotton swab for your ear or a Q-tip? You think of a Q-tip. Well, it's actually a cotton swab, but Q-tip was the market dominator, maybe the market creator, but they mostly certainly are the market leader now. And so Dream Trips was the market creator, is the market leader, and everybody else is just trying to use the name Dream Trips to say, oh, we have Dream Trips. Well, you can't have Dream Trips. We're Dream Trips. Just think about that. So the trips Tammy has launched just now is just our weekly trips. Right, we launch those trips every single week. So just think about that for a second. And for those of you that are not in Europe, because we launched a lot of Europe trips, I want to mention something to you. Because I've had this question. Hey, the Thailand trip or the Europe trip is only three days, 2 nights, 3 days. Those are built for locals, but it doesn't mean that foreigners can't come. What I mean by locals is people in Europe. People that are in Romania, they're in Hungary, they're in Poland, they're in the UK, they're in Italy, they're all over Europe, right? And what it is because they can shoot over quick on the train or drive to any one of these countries. And I'm jealous of the European lifestyle. I mean, they really live it. I mean, they go on these trips and they don't take vacation from work. They just quick 2 night, 3 day getaway. They might take 1 day off of work, right? But they're living that all the time. A lot of these people in Europe on dream trips, as a member, they're going once a month on a getaway because they're $200, $180, $275, right? And it's like the ultimate little weekend getaway. And so in addition to that, we build them so that for those of us that are not in Europe, and you're in the US, you're in the Middle East, you're in Africa, you're in Latin America, wherever in the world, you can go and buy 3 of those trips. If you think about it, 3 of those trips is like $750. The ones that are priced really cheap. Just think about it. And then you link them together and you have an 8-night, 9-day trip now. And you bought 3 of those dream trips. That's why they're built like that. So when the day 1 trip is ending, you can hop on a train, which is super cool to do in Europe. You got a dining car, they have a bar car, there's all kinds of cool stuff. And then you're just shooting on a cool train. The train ride is part of the experience for sure. The views are amazing. It's inexpensive. Boom, you're in the next country and now you're at the next dream trip for $240 something. I want you guys to get it's a lifestyle. It's a culture. So don't be mad. Don't be a hater if that's not your lifestyle yet. It wasn't always mine for sure. And someday I'll get to that trip lifestyle, but it's aspiring, right? Aspire to be that traveler. So start somewhere, but just know as a member and as someone who's building a travel community here with Dream Trips and NBC is like getting to that vision that someday I want to be able to do that. And so like, let me give you an example for Tammy and I, our son just graduated high school. He's on his senior trip, as Tammy said. But the reason we're here is because our kids are now graduates. Mark and Tammy are officially free. Okay, so we had the money to do it before, but we didn't have the time freedom. So it's not always about money. So people aspire to someday have that lifestyle where, hey, I'm gonna go. Okay, so we have a house in Hawaii. Pretend we didn't for a second. On dream trips on our membership, I could go to Europe, to Croatia, live on the portal, or live on a dream trip, or take 3 months and live in Europe just on dream trips. Affordable. Because I'm going to use the discount portal and grab some condos for a couple of weeks in here and there. I'm going to grab a couple of dream trips and back to back them, and then I'll go in the discount portal and maybe stay 2 weeks at a cool hotel and save 60%. See what I'm saying? So we have people that literally live on a dream trips membership. Sometimes they're on 2 to 3 back to back dream trips, and they got a couple of weeks there. Then they're living in a hotel at a discount. Then they're using the condo portal. See, a lot of people don't realize that you can use the membership short-term, long-term, or anytime. And we want to really be able to teach you that. So we're going to be launching a new series where it's going to be a once or twice a monthly call. And it's going to be for all Dream Trips members. And it's going to be dedicated to everything about travel, how to get the maximum benefit from the portal, how to, 1 week, one of those calls we might hone in on just cruises. Another time I might just show the whole world of inventory, do Q&A, answer questions. So kind of like, if you know what QVC is, when they put a product and like they usually have a guy and a gal, test the product and showcase the product. And we're going to do that. And we may run specials during that live show. That's something that's going to be up and coming, because we have a lot of people that are like, hey, I really want to know how to travel. Okay, how do I get the most out of my membership? And I was talking to Jefferson Santos today, and he actually even had mentioned this. He needs to learn everything about the membership. So we're going to bring that as a totally separate section. One of the things about Dream Trips, we have a real product with a real customer base, right? So we want to separate affiliates and making money and building from, I'm a Dream Trips member. How do I get the most from this thing? So that's why we're doing that. So it's going to be a great benefit for you. Okay. In addition to that, I want to make sure that as we go through this, I'm going to launch a new product today. You might have already got a little glimpse of it, but I want to explain it a little bit more. I want to remind everybody to go set up your commission wallet. So some of you earned commissions, but you haven't been paid it into your bank account because it's sitting in what's called your credit wallet at MDC. So I want to make sure that all the leaders understand, if someone says, hey, I didn't get paid. No, you probably did, but you didn't set it up to come to you. So it's sitting in your credit wallet at the company. So there's 2 things, and we covered this last week, but I want to make sure we want you to get your commissions, right? And so when you go in to set up your wallet, there's 2 things you need to do. One, you need to give us a payment method. How do you want to be paid? Okay, and you'll see the choice. You want direct deposit into your bank account? Do you want to use iPayouts, which a lot of people like? Do you want to be paid through the crypto exchange? That's the first thing. The second thing is you have to set it to credit 0 of your commissions to your credit wallet, and all of them to go towards where you want to be paid. If you don't, all of your commissions will go in the credit wallet. The credit wallet at MDC is a holding account. It is a bank account. It's just not yours. It's a holding account for when you tell MDC what to do with your money. So the reason for that is some people will say, put 90% of my commissions, for example, let's say you earned $1,000. You could go in your credit wallet and say, I want to keep $200 in my credit wallet, but I want you to pay me my $800 into my bank account. So what's the credit wallet used for? You can buy product, you can transfer that money to other people on your team. So the credit wallet's kind of like an internal kind of, bank account that you can use in the internal ecosystem. Okay. I'm also going to give you guys another idea. For those of you that build internationally, this is probably going to be very important. But even if you're not building internationally, here's a feature. I could keep money in my credit wallet. And if someone says, hey, I want to buy a product from you, right? Or I want to enroll, but I don't have, I want to roll in a travel pack, a jet setter pack. They could give me cash. And if I had $1,000 in my credit wallet, I could enroll them with my credit wallet and they could give me cash. So it's a great way on the spot. If you're in that situation where you keep money in your credit wallet, you literally could take cash in that situation, document it and everything. But it's just another way to use the credit wallet. And as Tammy talked about, I want to remind everybody, communication's key. So definitely lock in to our Telegram channel, because that's really where we're going to try to do most of our, key. Sorry about that. Let me go to right there. Mark Smith. That's me. Okay. So what I want to do now is I am super excited. I have been talking about this for those of you that have been with us for a while. for about 18 months. But even from the very beginning of us coming over to Dream Trips, Tammy and I, we met with many leaders about someday going into the next evolution of travel. Okay, the next evolution of travel, in my opinion, is the niche market. Okay, that's like people used to love to travel to these big trips with thousands of people on them. Those days are gone. We'll probably still do some things like that, but those are celebrations. Okay, most people have gotten into what's called boutique travel. They love the Rome trip with 50 of their friends. They love going on a small boat to Croatia that only has 40 cabins. That's one evolution of travel. The other evolution of travel, and it's kind of the rebirthing of group curated travel, just at a more boutique level, is people do want to travel in a small group and meet people from around the world and experience other cultures. And that's like the hallmark of what our Dream Trips membership is, right? But another thing that people want is they want to, I like to say, find their tribe. Find your tribe, find your vibe, whatever you want to call it. Like if you're into physical activity and you like, sports, and you like trips where you're going to be physically active, like you're going to come to Hawaii and you're going to go on all the hikes and you're going to paddle, you're going to go skydive, and you're into that, right? So people have that niche market of like active lifestyle or extreme sports, right? Then there's other people, we've talked about this, they want to be able, I'm a foodie. I travel to eat. Okay, I really, really do. One of the reasons I love Hawaii is this culture is all about food. All I've been doing is eating. So you have to work out and walk a lot, right, to burn the calories. But we have cooking classes in Thailand. I just came back from Italy recently with my whole family. We did pizza making classes and tiramisu making classes, and we have strudel making classes in Budapest and in Hungary. So there's the foodies, right? They want to be a member, but they also want to lean more towards a trip somewhere in the world, but also includes like, hey, I want to learn how to make pasta. I want to learn how to make food in the Middle East. Like a lot of people went to Jordan, they loved that experience where they cooked the food in the ground and then unburied it, right? Pulled out this big thing and it was the dinner. Like our reviews were amazing. So people travel. The next evolution of travel is just as an educational piece today is I want to do something specific. Like I want to come back and say, I made pasta in Italy. Right? I mean, that kind of thing. Like, what? I learned how to make food in the Middle East. I went to, Latin America, and I went on a food experience. We did a food experience in Mexico, and it included like several different tequila distilleries, and it had multiple different food experiences. And it was at a boutique hotel that had nothing but gourmet food experiences, right? So today we're going to launch one of those categories. I'm futuring you, giving you the vision of this is where we're going. We've been waiting for the right partner, Dream Trips, and that was a technology partner because we see Dream Trips becoming a major technology application. That's coming in the future, but we believe that the next evolution of travel from our standpoint also includes the next level of technology, and that's what MDC brings to the table is that next level of technology for us. But also there are different categories within MDC, right, that we can build niche markets around to our members. We here at Dream Trips are all about how do we enhance our membership and how do we give our members more benefits. So like when we do these food trips, and we're going to do a better job at categorizing and saying, hey, we have a world food tour. There's 5 of these trips in there right now that all include cooking classes around the world. Okay. And so having a technology partner that can help us facilitate that. Well, today is a very special day. I'm waiting for this, and it's kind of funny. I know some of you may have no idea what I'm talking about right now. You definitely probably saw we soft launched this a couple of days ago. Josh, CEO of NBC, popped this out, but it was really just a soft announcement to a much bigger thing that is coming. And I wanted to just take more time today and talk about that. And that is one of the biggest worlds out there, and that's the world of trading. And we know that MDC has one of the top trading platforms, okay, and it's trading Forex. And this isn't cryptocurrency. We're talking about education. We talked about vacation meets education. Education meets vacation. This is the first official part of our membership that we're now launching that gives you access to that first category of education meets vacation. And I'm super excited to announce officially that the Akashics product, which is a trading platform for those of you that like to trade and want to learn how to trade, this is a very, very well put together program. It's very educational. When you buy the Akashics membership, you go through all self-study courses. There's educators. You learn how to trade and how to trade Forex. And it's really incredible. I know a couple of you have already told me. I know Micaiah became one of the members of Akashics, and he told me how well it was put together. I actually just got off a call with 4 or 5 of the global educators for Akashics. These are professional educators that study the markets, and they tell you when to trade and what to do, what not to do, and things like that. And so what I love about this is where trade and travel come together in the first ever. No other company has done it like this, trade and travel membership. And so the first thing I want to let everybody know is this is one of those categories. So maybe the next one might be foodies. Maybe the next one might be pickleball trips. Something we're working on is pickleball trips. Pickleball is one of the fastest growing sports in the world, and pickleball trips are one of the fastest growing niche markets. So this is where we're going. This is the first one. Okay. And so let's focus on this one, the Akashics DreamTrips membership. And so this is a $229 a month product. Okay, so if you weren't a DreamTrips member and you wanted, someone said, hey, look, I'm all about wanting to learn how to trade Forex, and I want to learn how to make money and how to invest, okay, and I want to have fun, I want lifestyle, I want to travel the world, this is a new membership. It's $229. You get the priority DreamTrips membership, the priority membership, and you get the Akashics memberships combined. And by doing that, you save like $50 a month. And this has $125 a month in BV associated with it. So the $229 a month membership is a priority DreamTrips membership, and it's the Akashics memberships together, $229, and you get $125 a month of BV. So it actually pays very, very well on the BV side. And so what do you get? Well, everybody in DreamTrips already knows what you get as a priority member. What you're going to get is live sessions with the professional educators at Akashics. You're going to get all the alerts of when to trade and tap to trade. These are all, things that some of you may not understand what these words mean. I don't either on a lot of them. I know some of them. But what it is you're getting full access to the Trading Academy, the software, a special app. The app is incredible with all the videos on how to do everything, okay? And then you're getting a full priority membership. But in addition to that, why I wanted to spend time in this, you are going to get access to the first ever world tour that Akashics is putting together. And I'm a part of putting that together. I just got off of my first call, our mastermind session. And let me give you an idea, okay? There is going to be a world tour, okay, of the educators that are behind Akashics, the guys and gals that know how to trade and give all of the information. And we're building a world tour to the world's iconic destinations for the first ever product. It's a trade and travel expo. And what that's going to be is iconic locations around the world. You're going to be able to buy a package, okay, to the world tour to go to one of these trips, whether it's Abu Dhabi or Jamaica or Rome or Thailand. And what that'll be is a full-blown dream trip with a trading expo smack dab in the middle. We're going to be one of the absolute game changers in this particular category out there. There's plenty of companies that sell educational products in the Forex space. There's plenty of companies that try to do travel, right? There's nobody that has what I'm talking about, putting it all together in one membership and then creating a world tour around it. And so, like, for example, I'm just putting a number out there. Let's just say that the Abu Dhabi Akashics Trade Expo was a $4,000 package, and you got to go for 7 days, and it was a full dream trip, and it had all the different workshops on trading. Let's say it's $4,000, okay? But the trips and the travel and the travel and trades membership at $229, that expo might be $1,300. The price is going to be revolutionarily different. I don't even know if that's a real word. I just made it up, but it's going to be like general public price $4,000. You don't yet have this membership. You only have a DreamTrips membership. You don't have the world tour pass, because this is an all access pass to the world tour, and it legitimately on a trip like that is going to cut off like $2,500 to someone that has the all access pass. And we're doing that intentionally because we are building a world tour all access pass that comes with it. So if you're just a $229, the combo membership, priority and Akashics, okay, If you have that product, you automatically get the all access pass to save 50%, 75% off of the trade expos that are going to be around the world. So, here's the thing. If you say, Mark, I have no interest in trading, investing, or learning this, it's okay, because maybe you have interest in the foodie trips. Maybe you have interest in the pickleball trips. Maybe you have interest in the Zen trips that we're going to do to Bali in hot yoga. Okay, things like that. This is the first of the niche products that we're launching, the first ever of the niche products that we're launching. Here, introducing the Trade and Travel membership. If you're already a priority membership, all you have to be is a priority membership member, and then you can upgrade. And if you're already an Akashics member, like for those that are Akashics member, they can just upgrade to the priority DreamTrips membership, and they'll all equal the same price. So you'll end up at $229. And so if you like the ability to now have the evolution of travel, us adding niche markets, whether you like trading or not, whether it's foodies, it's sports, it's spa retreats. If you love the next evolution of travel, throw it in the chat. Give us some ideas. What would you like to see of some of these customized products? This is just a great example of our first one. For those of you that have been waiting for this, excited for you, pop it in the chat. Are you a foodie? Are you an adventurer? Are you a globetrotter? Do you want to go on spa retreats? Give us some ideas. But education meets vacation, vacation meets education. This is our very first launch of this. So super excited. World tour will be coming soon. In the next upcoming weeks, we'll be announcing probably the first location, and then kind of an idea of the upcoming cities. I see a world tour as probably like 4 iconic locations the first year, like once a quarter. And so if you're really getting into learning Forex and trading, you're going to want to be on those. So it's just a great way. Find your tribe. Hey, I like Forex. I like to trade. So I found my tribe. I'm going to end up on those trips. Okay. If you say, hey, that's not my gig, I like Hempworks, I'm going to find my tribe. You're going to end up on some of those trips, right? Hey, you know what, Mark? I'm an adventurer. I'm into sports. I want to go into some of the, I want pickleball, I want rock climbing, I want surfing lessons. That's what's coming, guys. So super excited about that. And go check this out if this is your vibe. And I know a lot of people are excited about this. Want to recap, just out of sight, out of mind. Leaders, it's, inspect what you expect. So right now it's massive tracking. Think about where we're at right now. We're halfway through the month, right? Just about where are you at? Where do you want to be? Where is your team at? Where do they want to be? And so we're shooting to unlock how many levels of the promotion on the runway to Greece. And so my pitch to everybody is unlock level 1. Level 1 is 25% off. It's significant. It's like $325, $350 off the Greece trip, just level 1. So start with level 1. Level 2 is half off your price. So unlock whatever level you're shooting for to get your discount. And then I know a lot of you are like, hey, I'm unlocking all 4 because I want the trip for free. Okay, but you can't, if you expect to unlock a level and you don't inspect what you expect, it doesn't happen. So it's like, where is your volume today? Go to your tracker. Where are you at? Do you have a level 1 already filled out? Where are you missing? What are you missing on level 2? Do you have a level 1, level 2? For most people, level 1, level 2 is where most people are going to end up. Most people are just shooting to unlock level 1, get a cool discount. I don't see everybody every 60 days trying to unlock level 4. I see everybody every 6 days trying to minimum unlock level 1 so they can get discounts on all the trips. And then I see every once in a while when someone's like, all right, I want that trip for free, and they're going to go for all 4 levels. Okay. So, don't let your minimums be your maximums, but also with a new person, a new person, teach, train, and drive a new person for what they give permission to you to drive. If a new person's like, man, all 4 levels is a little much right now. I got 3 kids, 2 jobs, running a business, taking care of grandma. Sometimes we as entrepreneurs, we try to push someone beyond where they want to be pushed. Ask someone, hey, do you want to go to Greece? Yes. All right. Are you going to Greece? Yes, I'm going to Greece. Okay. How many levels do you want to unlock? Man, all of them. Okay. Are you willing to do the work? Well, I'm real busy right now. Okay. So be realistic. What level are you willing to unlock in the work that's required to do it? You know what? Right now, realistically, for me, I think level 2 is where I need to be at to get 50% off. That's the difference of just saying it's a free trip versus use this as a promotion. Unlock the levels because you include more people. and you really need to include the new people. They just got started. They don't have a team yet. They may have never done anything like this. You don't want to start at level 4 with someone. You want to say, all right, one level at a time. You start with, you're going to be increased. Yes. All right, let's lock one level. Let's unlock one level at a time. And for those of you that this is your first call, you haven't heard of Greece yet, you can earn your way to either between 25, 50, 75% off this trip or free. And we're going to Katerini, Greece. This is a dream trip for sure. Look at the beach. This is a boutique trip. It's been totally custom built, very boutique resort. It's not a big giant resort. It's a beautiful beach. And then everything that you can imagine is in this trip. I'll show you. And then after this trip, at your own expense for $4.99, you can add the second trip, which is a volunteer trip. We're going to give back. We're going to take you from Katerini over to Thessaloniki, Greece. And we're going to go have another 4-day dream trip. But we're going to go to an orphanage as part of this trip and give back. It's called a volunteer trip. These trips are baked out with every activity you can imagine. We're going to Mount Olympus. We have a beach party with, Greek wine and Greek food. We've got a DJ. We've got, several hours of a transformation training during this trip. And then we go to the volunteer trip to the orphanage. So just going to be really awesome. An awesome time. I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing my screen here. Give me 1 minute. It's going to be an awesome time. But why? Sometimes people say, Mark, I already heard about Greece. I've actually had people tell me that. Hey, you kind of keep talking about Greece. As a leader, there's two things, okay, that will maximize your growth in our business. Okay, it's one. Are you a product of the product? What that means is, are you going to be in Greece? Are you running for the next promo? Are you a member and you're traveling? Like, be a product of the product. So if you're selling skincare, are you using the skincare? Are you able to speak from it? If you're buying, you're selling nutrition, are you trying to get in shape? You know what I mean? Are you changing your eating habits? Are you using the nutritional product so you can speak from experience? Well, DreamTrips is no different. Are you a product of the product? Are you in the game? Are you plugged into everything we're doing? Are you committed to going on the next trip? Okay, that's step number one. As a leader, that's step number one. Step number two is absolutely communication. So being plugged in is so that you get, you're getting the communication. So you're a receiver. Okay, this is important. A lot of people don't get this about leadership. You need to be a receiver. Okay, so we're the transmitter as the company. We're transmitting the information to you. Here's the runway. Here's the trip. Here's how you qualify. Here's how you make money in the comp plan. All this, here's the new product, it's trades and travel. Here's the new membership. So we're transmitting the information to you. You're the receiver. So plugging in, and write this down in your notes. All leaders need to be led. Okay. All leaders need to be led. Never forget that. Leaders, never forget that. Mark Smith, I need someone to follow. Well, I'm following right now. I'm following the direction of Josh. What's he doing? Is he moving left? Is he moving right? What's MDC doing? I'm plugged into everything. Listen, I'm plugged into everything that Josh Schwegel's doing because I want to know everything that's going on in MDC because how am I transmitting it to you? Right now, I'm a receiver. I'm receiving the information from MDC. Okay, we got a new Akashics membership, blah, 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 blah. I'm taking in all the information. I'm receiving it. Now, guess what? I'm able to transmit it to you and you're receiving it. Why? Because all of you need to turn around and then lead your organization. You might have one person. You might have 10 people on your team. You might have 100. You might have 1,000. But eventually you become the transmitter and your team is the receivers. This is what's called the daisy chain of leadership communication. Okay. It's very, very important because if there's ever a breakdown where someone is not receiving and transmitting, they can't be considered part of the hierarchy of the transmission. So in other words, if for example, let's say I'm transmitting a message to a leader, they're receiving the information, but they're not paying attention, or they're making a sandwich and they're not really listening, right? Now, when that conversation is over or when that Zoom is over, what do they transmit to their team? Nothing. How do they lead their team? Pretty dang hard. Is their team at an advantage or a disadvantage? Their team is at a disadvantage because they're listening to a leader who's not getting all of the information. So they may only get 10% of the information. If you only take in 10% of the information, how much can you transmit? 5%? So you always want to be taking in 100% of the information, always, so that you can transmit as close to the original message as you possibly can. And so those are very important things to grow a business. You have to be a product of the product, right? So I'm in the zone. I'm in the game with you. I'm a member. I'm traveling. I'm going to Greece. Okay. And then I'm plugged in so I can get all the information so I can be the best sponsor possible. Okay. To be able to transmit all of the details to my group. And sometimes, and look, I think I have an advantage because, Tammy and I both come from military families. That's a different way of life. Okay. Is higher expectations. And, you need to communicate more clearly, even in your family. It's just how it works. Okay. And then we became a military family. And what's unique for me is this is where it all happened for me here. I got stationed on the Marine base right here. 3rd Marines here in the United States is right here in Hawaii, right off my beach. This is how I found out about this location. And so it's pretty special for me to be here. Hopefully I can share more unique leadership experiences I have gotten because of this place. And I've been through a lot of academies and stuff that you go through here in the military. But here's the advantage is in the military, there can be no breakdown in communication. Okay. So if you're somewhere and I say, I'm going to pick you up 3 miles from here at that hill, if I miscommunicate that and you hike all the way to that mountain behind me right there, and I show up with a helicopter to pick you up, and I didn't communicate it the right way, and you went to the wrong hill, you went over there, and I'm picking you up right here, not a good situation. Okay, so there's a reason in the military. This isn't the military, but there's a reason in the military. Precise, step-by-step communication. No one can get it wrong. And so in network marketing, when I first joined, I'm like, man, there's so much breakdown of communication because you have it's not a job, right? You don't have a real boss. You're not an employee. So it's all a volunteer army. See, in the military, you volunteer, but once you're in, we got you. We tell you what to do, right? In network marketing, we're not your boss. So you volunteered to get started, but I'm not your boss. I can't tell you what to do. That's the hardest part of being successful. If I could tell you what to do right now, the majority of you would have major success because I could tell you what to do. Like if you worked for me, I could say you need to do this. You need to read 10 pages of this book or you're fired. You need to talk to 2 people a day or you're fired, right? You need to be on every Thursday or you're fired. Like it's not a job. I can't do it. But if I was able to do that, do you understand the success rate of the amount of people that joined network marketing, affiliate marketing, the e-commerce world that we're in, the gig economy, being an entrepreneur? You know how many people would have success? I mean, it would be the multiple of success that would happen if we could say you have to do this and we were able to hold you accountable, but we can't because you paid a few $100s to get started. We're all independent contractors. We can't tell you what to do. We can suggest what to do. Most people don't do it. If you want to know, I've had so many family members ask me, if it's so easy, how come everybody doesn't do it? Well, who said it was easy? And then I've had other family members say, well, if it's so easy, or if it's so good, how come everybody doesn't make money? Well, not everybody goes to work. Well, if it's so easy, how come everybody doesn't make a lot of money? Well, because not everybody does a lot of work. This is no different than any other area of life. It has a system. It has a rule book. They used to tell people, right? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Don't hate on someone that's had success in this industry. Hate the game. Don't be a player hater. Be a game hater. That's the game. This is the rule book. It requires this amount of effort. You've got to be coachable. You got to be willing to learn it. The number one thing, it's not hard. What makes it hard is you have to be consistent. And what makes it hard is I can't make you be consistent because I'm not your boss. I'm your partner, right? I'm just another one of the trainers that hopefully can inspire you to go out and do something that's important to you and your family, not for my family. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your whys? What are your wants? What are your desires, right? And you get inspired by that. And you go, hey, I'm going to listen to this guy, Mark. I'm going to do step 1, 2, 3 because I want this, right? And so consistency is key. But the communication in the military, what I learned is if there was one person, has anyone ever heard a chain is only as strong as its weakest link? So a chain, something that you could pull a ship with, is only as strong as the weakest link. Because if one link in the whole chain is weak, as soon as you go try to pull something heavy with it, that one weak link will break open and the chain will break. Well, in communication and leadership, one single person can break the whole chain of communication through the whole organization. So always be a leader of everybody. Don't just say, oh, I'm going to lead the people I brought in, because there's going to be someone else that brought in people that's not leading. So what happens is that's the break, but they're your people. And so if you always build for the masses on your team, it doesn't matter who brought him in, and you're like, I'm the anchor, I'm the chain, I'm gonna make sure there's no weak links, all the communication is going out. It's game over. It sounds so easy because it is, but it's just one little discipline of making sure your product of the product you're plugged in and you're driving that information, driving it through your organization. Tammy and I's success in this industry has come from finding people that someone else already recruited, that someone else already brought to our organization, that someone didn't work with, that someone dropped the ball in. And because we were overly communicating, that someone said, pick me, pick me, pick me. And then I found this person in Maine. I'm like, oh, this guy's a stud. And I drove all the way to Maine while I was still in the military working with this person. That person became a six-figure earner for years and years and years and years in our business. I had another person. I started working with this person. They were buried down in my organization. And then I got to another one and another one, another one. One of these guys left a magazine at a truck stop, right? It was a little magazine about our business. And a truck driver picked up that magazine, called his brother in New York. His name was James. Okay. I became really good friends with this guy. He called this guy James. This guy James took that magazine to a friend who was a carpenter. His name was Henry. Henry's like, whoa, look at this thing. We can make money with this thing. This is like 15 years ago. That guy took that magazine. Okay, ready for this? He was doing construction on a pastor's house in Queens, New York. I recruited that pastor through this daisy chain. And that pastor went on and became a six-figure earner in that original company. He's still in that company today, Prepaid Legal Services, making six figures, a pastor 15 years later, guys. 15 years later, because someone who got someone who got someone who recruited someone who talked to someone who talked to someone, it daisy chain. But guess what? Tammy and I were at the top of that, looking, communicating, texting, get on the call. Who's that person? Tracking everyone on our team. Like, hey, my name is Mark. Hey, saw you join the team. Da, da, da. Oh, wow. Hey, my brother does construction. He just joined and he signed up this pastor in New York. Oh, wow. Hey, introduce me to him. Boom. That's how I get this. I have hundreds of stories like this, but it doesn't happen unless you take ownership. You are the CEO of your business. This is a real business. One of the challenges with these types of businesses is it's inexpensive to get started. If we said it's $1 million to join DreamTrips to grow a travel community, you all would be floating outside of this canal right now trying to listen into every single training call I ever did because you spent $1 million to start a business. If you spent $1 million to start a McDonald's franchise, you would be working 24/7. You'd be working the drive-through. Your 10-year-old kid would be on a little ladder asking if you want to supersize your fries. Grandma would be in the back flipping burgers. Okay, the whole family would be working at McDonald's, and there's no holidays because you put $1 million to buy a McDonald's franchise, and some of them are 24/7, and you're just go, and you wouldn't even think twice about it. But when we join direct selling, e-commerce, affiliate marketing, network marketing, and we pay a few $100s, we go, okay, cool. Where's my money? When am I going to get rich? It doesn't work that way, right? It doesn't work that way. But our brain is, if I put a lot of money and buy a business, I'm going to take it serious. And pay a little bit of money if it works, great. If it doesn't, great. That's why it's hard. I just gave you the secret. That's why it's hard. You don't have a boss. You have to have internal motivation. In the military, we call it intestinal fortitude. When no one else cares, when no one else is coming, when nothing else matters, do you have something inside where you turn it on? You believe it before it happens. You literally have what's called blind faith. It is the same faith that you have. There's all different faiths in this call right now. Okay, all different religions are represented here, but they're all tied together for sure by one thing, and that is faith. Right? That is faith. You can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't touch it. You believe it. Some of you believe it so much you can move mountains. Right? It's extremely powerful. Right? So just having that, knowing that it exists. So, I'll keep going all day on this because I really, really believe in leadership and communication and driving it and sponsoring people. Those that I know, I'm going to shift gears in network marketing, in affiliate marketing that have had success. Okay. They've been great communicators. They've looked at everyone that has joined their team as they signed them up and no one else exists. Okay. It's called tact rooting. You go deep into your team and find that next player. Okay. It's also called, you have acres of diamonds in your backyard. You just got to go dig for them. Okay. Don't be surface level. There's links in leaders. Very rarely do I recruit a leader. And did I recruit a leader in my career? I recruited everyone. And some were leaders, very few, and some were links. Most of them were links. They linked me to a leader. 2 days later, 2 weeks later, 2 years later, but I had my shovel and I was digging through my team, communicating, plugging everybody in. I was a product of the product, plugging into all the information on all the calls, on the DTAs, on the training calls, reminding my team every week. Some people, say, oh man, you always have to remind people. A person by the name of Wilburn Smith. He was the president of Prepaid Legal, a very, very sharp guy. He was in his 70s when I met him. And, I used to complain about some things and he'd say, Mark, this is a guy, he probably worth $150 million, this guy, okay? Was a manager at a grocery store, one of the first guys that joined Prepaid Legal, and became the president. And he said, so Mark, let me straighten it out for you real quick, okay? How much money do you make? And we made a lot of money at Prepaid. We made millions at Prepaid Legal. And not at first, we went broke. We were on government assistance. We were struggling, almost getting booted out of our apartment. So I want to put that in there, okay? And he said, Mark, I want you to do me a favor. First thing, I want you to stop complaining. I'm like, I'm really not complaining. He goes, no, you're complaining. He goes, you are the most overpaid babysitter on the planet. Guys, I was making like 70, 80 grand a month in prepaid. He goes, you're the most overpaid babysitter on the planet. And I was like, where's this guy going with this? And did you get what I'm saying, Mark? He goes, you're complaining about having to remind someone and someone did what you wanted them to do and you got to go back and they never do what they say they're going to do. And He goes, it's a pain, isn't it? I go, yeah, it kind of is. He goes, you're the most overpaid babysitter in the world. He goes, get over it. And from that point, I realized I'm like, oh, so I need to sponsor people long enough until they're strong enough so they can get it. And I can't give up on them. That's what that meant to me. So I just want to pass that message on as I pass this back to Tammy to wrap up today is just be patient with your team, okay? And if your team isn't moving fast enough for you, don't sit there and go broke. Don't sit there and give up on your dreams. Don't sit there and say, maybe I'm not good enough, or maybe I wasn't born on the right side of the track. None of that, John. Just go recruit more people. Don't let your financial future, don't let your family's destination, don't let you as a dad, as a mom, as a parent, as a grandparent, as a brother, or sister, don't let your desire to help your family, do not let go of that. From one dude or one gal that joined your team, it's not going fast enough. They're not paying your bills. They're not retiring your mom. They're not taking care of your children. It's our job individually. That's the only personal responsibility we really have to engage in is you just keep bringing people in. You love your whole team. You love on them forever. You can't wait on them forever. You keep adding people to the team and you're running with the runners and you're walking with the walkers because it's impossible to run with a walker. It's as simple as that. So sometimes you feel like, oh, I don't want to give up on my team because they're not going fast enough. I need to help them more. No, you need to help them less and get more people and more people and more people. And eventually the ones that want your time will deserve your time. And then you'll go back and you'll grab another one and you'll pull them forward. So it's kind of like this. In the military, leave no one behind, right? So you're going to run at the pace that you need to run as a business owner. You're going to put your arm back like this, and you're going to hold your arm back, and you're going to keep grabbing people from your team. Come on, get up here. Come on, get up here. And the ones that are lagging way back, every once in a while, you circle back around. Hey, how's it going? How's the family? Hey, look, I'm always here for you. If there's anything you can do, anything change in your life, boom. But what are you doing? You're running, and you grab it. Here's another one. I got another one. I got another one to run with us. Another one. Up, one dropped off. You're going to lose one. Every once in a while, someone drops out of the run. Know what I learned? Don't stop running. You'll be the next. With that, I'm going to throw it back to Tammy. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Go check out the brand new trade and travel membership. I'm excited. I know nothing about Forex, and I'm going to go learn it. I've always wanted to learn it, and I'm excited. So with that, throw the call back to you, Tammy.
All right. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for hanging in there. I know and I can notice that a lot of you see that as a very valuable training. Thank you, Mark, for all of your wise words from your decades of being in this industry. I don't know if I should say that. Put some age on you. Anyways.
That is, wait, hold on. Just for the record, that is going to cost Tammy with that many compliments. I'm just thinking, where is date night tonight? I do have a steakhouse across the street. I will be cashing in on everything you just said, just for the record.
Oh gosh. All right, everyone, let's go with a few more things. I don't know if my, let's see if it's going to cooperate. Do you see my screen? Mark, are you able to see? Okay, perfect. It was a solid black for me. Anyways, DreamTrips overview. There are 3 overviews happening this week, and they have been very successful. And I'm just noticing here, this is outdated. You know what? It's going to be the same date and time. I cannot confirm speakers because today is the 13th and these dates. Same speakers, same schedule. Don't worry about the dates. So these have been proven to be very, very successful. Continue to invite your guests. We know that you guys have had many, many guests on each of these presentations. Hopefully you're enjoying listening as well and learning as you hear from all the different presenters, different styles, different verbiage that they use. So go ahead and plug in and invite guests. Make it a goal to invite at least one, but you know how many you have to invite in order to get one to show up. You have to invite 3 times the amount of people that you want to actually show up to these presentations. So go ahead and start inviting. These are the different speakers for Tuesday, Jefferson, Wednesday, Mark, and Thursday, Micaiah. Always 7 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the United States. That's the Texas time zone. And to access it, it will be on Zoom. All right, next up, our next DreamTrips Academy. We had our DreamTrips Academy last Saturday, a huge success. We had great training lined up, great topics. We will do the same. We will have new speakers, new topics, new information, new trips promoted on this very event. So plug in with us. It's again, a Zoom. So you can plug in and write down the times depending on where you live. And we could list more countries. As we grow, we will add more. So go ahead and plug in, and we look forward to seeing you at that event. Couple just kind of updates. We have a new email for customer service, our same phone number. And again, this is all DreamTrips membership inquiries, any questions you have about DreamTrips. We have our email set up. You can start emailing us at support@dreamtrips.com. If you go to DreamTrips.com, you'll be able to see there's, links to take you here as well. But there's also the live chat feature in your back office, which I would highly encourage you to use because it's just so fast. It's very fast. It's very efficient, especially for some of you and myself, I should say. I don't like to sit there on hold and be on, on calls forever and ever and ever. I'd rather just sit here and type because I can have other windows open. I can work while I'm waiting for my answers to my questions. And it's usually a lot faster. So I can, encourage you to use the chat feature, but we are here on all platforms. Take note of the times and the days and everything. So we are there to serve you, but wanted to make sure you recognize that we do have a new email address. Now, this event, same time, same place, every single week. We look forward to seeing you next week. And then plug into all of our social media, whether you choose Facebook or Instagram, is that TikTok, YouTube? We have all kinds of channels for you to plug into. And DTI Connection is really kind of our spot, kind of like Telegram, where we post different things. We book different things that are pertinent to DreamTrips, and just kind of give you information and news just as we would the Telegram. So don't get overwhelmed. Don't feel overwhelmed. Plug into what works best for you. We just want to offer you many different options. So guys, thank you so much for being here with us. We went a little bit late, but I'm sure you're not upset about that. Tammy, go for Rome. Yes. Awesome. That would be amazing. Thank you all so much for sending the hour with us, hour plus with us. And we look forward to speaking with you again next week. Have a wonderful week, you guys. We're here for your questions. Call customer service, and also customer service for the business aspect. You can direct all of those to MDC Direct, to their customer service. Have a wonderful day, you all. Bye.